Hey everybody, welcome back to Stratego Freaks for another edition of the King of Strategus. Real fun match today. We've got our current king, Marcy Regina Wu, who's, I believe will be going on the third throne defense, and playing a very strong and up-and-coming player in Kanonenkeks. Kanonenkeks. I'm just going to go with what I always call Kanonenkeks. And that's my made-up name there. But anyways, let's take a look at the rankings and see where these two match up. Yeah. Marcy is got a stranglehold on the 590 for ELO, and just above that, I don't know if this is an updated ELO ranking for Kanonenkeks, but bottom line is they're very close. And I've had the opportunity to play Kanonenkeks. I'm just going to call him Canon for short to make this simple, so I don't butcher that name anymore. I've played him a few times. Frankly, I got lucky to get those wins. I was being outplayed for the most part, and kind of just came out of nowhere. I think another young player, I think 17 or 18, and I could be mistaken, but I believe is the son of Guibui. And apparently the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, because in a short period of time, Kanonenkeks has really ascended up the ELO and has been playing some very solid matches. And this kid's just getting started. So between Marcy and Canon, this is going to be a very, very competitive match, in my opinion. And, anything could happen, but you can expect high-level play here, and a lot of textbook GTO stuff is about to go down. If we're looking at the rest of the board really quick before this match starts, we got winner sitting at 921, Overlord hovering just underneath, Loser Maker, Hielko Eagle, still really solid performances. Maelstrom looking very sharp. Kamikaze BFG, there's Nemesis, he'll be making his return in a few days, in a week or so. And yeah, the top 20 is always looking very solid. And that's awesome. So let me back out of here and go back and take a look at the podium. And we've had some really nice matches. So quite a few upsets in the last man standing. I played miserably in my first round. And I had a total game plan which completely backfired, so hopefully I can fix that. But I'm seeing Overlord lost, and some other solid competitors didn't have their best first round match. So hopefully, we can all play a bit better. And let's see what's going on here. Close that. And the Open League, I think, was determined discipline with a 9-2 record in that Open League, and takes first place. So congratulations to 411 Discipline. Clearly played very disciplined to get that. And beating Henry is no easy task. So that was a DCN's. Congratulations to all three of those solid players to attain that, and they'll be moving on to the next league, I believe, next year. So that's awesome. And let's see here. Oh, okay, so it looks like they're settling in, and they're going to probably be setting up for quite some time here, so I'll just hang out and wait for them to get started. And let me pull in here. Hey, Captain Dirtbag, welcome. And Matisse, hello. Charlie and Smalley, one of our biggest fans. Thanks for joining us in the live stream. And Here is what's up, Christian? How you doing, bud? And yeah, so I'm expecting a really fun match today, and I'm a big fan of both of these players and what they've accomplished at such a young age. So it's pretty cool to watch new talent thrive. I'm into it. Yeah, this should be great. Hey, as I know, most of the in the USA, we're preparing for our Thanksgiving, which is coming up in the week here, and I thought it might be a good time to give a little thanks while we're here, regardless if you're celebrating Thanksgiving or not. I think it's always good to recognize the blessings we have in our life, and one of those blessings is in my life is Stratego for a lot of different reasons. I mean, obviously, it's a great game, a fun game, but the interacting with all the people that I've met because of Strategus and in the Stratego community, it's been just awesome. So not only have I met some amazing people, it's also given me a great opportunity to bond with my son, Nemesis, and we have really enjoyed learning this game together and progressing together and creating the Discord and Stratego Freaks, which is we just wanted to give back and promote the game, and we're really enjoying all of our interactions here and the people that we've met. So thank you all. All right, so it looks like the game is underway. Let me get focused here, and quick play from both coming out of the gate. Who knows what to expect? We'll see if there's an early captain there from Kanonenkeks. We do know that Marcy loves information and is a great, uses a lot of scouts early, and once that information is locked in, he usually keeps it dialed in. All right, here we go. So Marcy coming up with an early kernel and grabs that aggressive play from Marcy. I wouldn't say that's totally typical, and picks up a captain. Goodbye, Matisse. We'll see you soon, brother. Thanks for popping in. All right. So the only big reveal is that kernel so far. And Marcy down to one scout very early. This is kind of a format that Marcy has adopted, and it seems to be working. All right, so Marcy officially out of scouts. Major revealed on Kanonenkeks' side, and Colonel revealed on Marcy Regina Wu's side. Both players moving quite quickly. Yeah, this is Kanonenkeks' first game in the King of Strategus, so we do appreciate the new talent coming in. And it just makes so we've actually added quite a few players to the roster, so expect to see some new faces, see some new names in the upcoming weeks here. Okay. That was an aggressive attack from Marcy there coming down with that captain, trying to figure some things out. And now connects down that captain. A little bit of subterfuge there from Marcy, trying to push a piece on, trying to elicit a hit. And that was a lieutenant. Marcy with the early material lead. When I previously had played Kanonenkeks, the dude was a bluff machine. It was really putting me in a lot of predicaments. Understands how to play that bluff game for sure. I'm sure we're going to be seeing quite a bit of that. Coming down aggressively down the center. You know, sometimes in Stratego, the cadence in which a player moves can really, pose questions. Moving with confidence can determine how a player is going to react. So those fast moves down, it could be perceived as confidence, like I'm bringing down something. It's hard to say, but timing and cadence are parts of this game. Captain, if you hear me, we've got to get you back in the commentating booth. Really enjoyed the last one. I'll keep in touch with you when we get the next match planned. If you can join us, that'd be great. Second, Alexa, stop. My robot going off in the background. Definitely some gamesmanship here by both players. They're kind of keeping things confusing and a little bit of shuffling. Still very little time has been used. Yeah, you just let me know, Captain, when you're ready to rock and roll. And like I said, I'd love to have you back. I think the chemistry is good between us, and having us both commentate brings a little energy to the game. Yeah, German championship. That's going to be awesome. All right, so players putting on the brakes here, and here comes a piece from the G file coming up. No pieces have been taken in a little bit, so what we're seeing here is just trying to decipher the board and make those reads. Maybe the bones of the setup will be discovered, and it pushes back into that G2 square. Who knows? The seal's going to get cracked here soon. Someone's going to have to make a move. After 50 more moves, it'll be considered a draw, and in that case, both players lose, and that would mean our king would be stripped of the crown, and the next two players in line will vie for that crown. So I expect some action here. I believe these players have played once before, and the W went to Marcy. Something coming down. This could be a piece here. All right, so a piece needs to get taken here. And there it is. Now, cannon down, 2 captains, a lieutenant. Pieces are stacking up on the king's side over here. Marcy playing a patient game there, waiting to grab something, and does. Yeah, Marcy can really hold on to a position like this. Yeah, there goes that G2 coming up. I'm thinking that is a piece. Now Canna bringing out a mystery piece from A9. Boom. That major's dust. So kernel there. 2 kernels exposed, but the material is real. So that's a major, 2 captains, a lieutenant. Now, I'm not sure if that was a known kernel. Collecting another piece and a strong captain move there. Being up those captains, Marcy could afford to come in and pop a piece and makes the right decision, because now these pieces are stacked up. I really don't have a read on where either one's flag could be right now. Yeah, indeed. Noob with two fingers is paying attention, and this material lead is going to be extremely hard to navigate back from. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was a significant comeback. This miner is coming in. Can this miner discover a bomb? That's a real... I don't think it would be... The flag would be in that area, but who knows? So that's... Okay, so grabs a captain back, but still down a captain, 2 lieutenants, and a major. And keeping that miner posted up there. And we saw a match the other day between Maelstrom. Oh, okay, there's an exchange there where he was down against Zach and managed to grind right back into that. So game is not over by any means, but definitely a challenging position for Kanonenkeks. What's up, Big Mac? Thanks for joining the live stream. What did you miss? Well, you've missed a lot of material getting snatched off the board. A couple early kernels there for Marcy. Managed to get that material. I think the next time I do a live stream, I'm going to post Nemesis right next to me and have him watch the pieces, because every time I look over at the live stream and look at the comments, I lose track. Let's face it, I'd probably lose track anyway, so I need the kid over here. Nemesis, pull up a chair and help me out, would you? He's just going to stand behind me and eat a bagel. Okay, so all of a sudden, even in the captain, so that 2 captain advantage evaporated. But still up the lieutenants and the major. No more scouts on the board. Time is not a factor. I would say if one more lieutenant, it's hard to say. I think clearly, you want to get that major back. All right, once again, the gears are shifting, kind of slowing the pace down. Both players calibrating and figuring out how to progress. Interesting. Cannon with the time advantage. Exchange. I think most exchanging happening now is going to benefit MRW. All right, action back in the center file. Now, clearly, this is going to come down to an end game scenario, and it might be a rush for the flag. Who knows? No. There's no, I believe both marshals and both generals are still undiscovered. And there is a known colonel, I believe, on both sides of the board. And here we go. We'll stand off. Picks up a lieutenant. That kind of needed to happen. This might be an exchange of marshals here. Who knows? Cannon, grinding back in here. Still down the major, but has accrued quite a few pieces. And there's the Gen making an appearance here, grabbing a sergeant. Let's see if that knowledge of the Gen can be utilized by Cannon here. Spy could be anywhere. Alright, the pace has changed again. cat and mouse game is definitely taking place right now. And another piece coming out. So the bones are starting to get discovered here. I don't believe there's an open flag, but it very well could be. But if we're looking at bombed in locations here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 spots for cannon. And another piece coming out. And 1, 2, 3, 4 possible locations for the king, Marcy. And there's the marsh. There is the marsh. Yeah, Marcy creating a lot of problems here. Starting to cinch, crawl up the board and pinch things off and making it very challenging. Yeah, the material advantage is real. And once again, another challenging situation here. Forcing that out of there. I believe that is the Marshall. Oh, here we go. Which one was the Marshall? Did you see? Well, the Marshall's either on F6 or E7, I forgot. Really kind of trying to take this. What we're going to find out right now. That's the exchange of kernels. All right, those are off the board. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, I think you're right. F6, I believe that is the marsh. Okay. Very competitive match. I mean, Marcy still holds the All right, here comes that G2 square coming up. I've been kind of eyeing that piece for quite some time. So if we're looking at Canon's side of the board, if the tripod is the flag location, then B10 it is, but I wouldn't even put it all right, well, there's the getting the major back. That's huge right now. Needed to happen, and then the exchange. But still, the piece advantage, okay. This is going to be a bloodbath here. Sprung that general, at, once the marsh was off the board, and managed to grab another lieutenant. So now it's 2 lieutenants, a sergeant, but down a major. Marcy down a major. So this is, very interesting here. Marcy going to try to parlay that piece advantage into the end game and see if he can take advantage of that with spread things out. We'll find out. So Kanon has inserted this general deep into the setup, snakes another lieutenant. And all of a sudden, this game is very competitive. And this is what I expected, you can always, here we go. Marcy snaking another. Now this is an open flag. It could be anywhere, which bodes well for Marcy in the sense that, Kanon's down to 2 minors. This is this exchange piece. So it's going to be a guessing game here for Marcy if worse comes to worse. Let's see if Kanon can get a minor down and possibly open up a tripod. Who knows, though? That's a hit there, and picking up. Wow. What a turnaround. What a turn of events here. Kanon displayed a lot of moxie and patience to come back into this. Oh, and down to 1 minor. Kanon down to 1 minor. Exchange. And the flag gets hit. Oh my God. Wow. Cannon just coming down, risking it all with the gen and just feeling it out and going for it. What a game. What an incredible game. You know, Marcy came out of the gate extremely strong there. And Cannon, you know, showing why he has the ELO that he does, just went for it and find it. You know, these games cannot come down to a draw. So that was an aggressive play and an aggressive ending to that. Another fantastic match. And, you know, congratulations once again to our returning king, Marcy, with a few, you know, I think is number 2 in title defenses for the crown, which is a nice achievement. And now we have a new king. So Kanonenkeks, hold on, let me see if I can say this right. Kanonenkeks has taken the throne. And congratulations, bud, for stepping in and winning it on your first go. And you now are the king of Strategus. So congratulations for an outstanding performance and an aggressive end there. And what a comeback. I think I'm going to have to watch this game a few times and talk to both players and get some insight of what was going on there. But I think Kanonenkeks was vulnerable knowing that the flag was open and wanted to be aggressive, had a feel, you know, and went for it. Wow, what an ending. So, you know, everybody, thanks for tuning in to the live stream and participating. We've got a bunch of new competitors that have joined, so we're going to be seeing a bunch of new faces and names here in the upcoming weeks. And that was wild. That was a wild game, and I super enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Anyways, I gotta go. I'll be in touch. Feel free, if you want to play in the King of Strategus, to reach out, whether it's in the comments or on the Discord. There is a link to the Discord. Check out Marcy's channel as well. He's got a YouTube channel with just a little bit of content on there, but I'm sure that's going to grow as time goes on. But wow, what a mind-blowing ending that was. That was crazy. But guys, I got to run here. I'll be playing a bunch of games over the next week. I hope I see you on Strategus, and I hope to beat you there too. Wow. Good job, everybody. We'll see you soon.